In this video, we're going to look at how to multiply radicals using the double distributive property. So if you notice up here, we've got two sets of brackets. And when it comes to the distributive property, when we have two sets of brackets, we have to just make sure that we're multiplying each number by the number in the second set of brackets. So I've used brackets to show how my numbers are grouped right here. We don't need to use brackets around individual ones, but just to kind of clarify that each set of numbers is getting multiplied by each other. So when I look at my example down here, I'm going to use arrows to indicate how I'm going to distribute or multiply through my terms. Now, right here, you will notice that we've got some which are radicals and some which are numbers. So if you find it helpful, some students like to put a 1 in front of their root sign so that they don't get confused what gets multiplied by one another. So when I'm distributing my 6 by each of the numbers in this bracket, I need to multiply. So 6 times 5 gives me 30. And then I've got a positive 6 multiplied by negative 1 root 3. So a positive times a negative is going to give me a negative. And the 6 only gets multiplied by the number 1 outside. The root 3, there is no other radical to multiply it by. So 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, and I keep my root 3 the same. Now I'm going to look at this set of arrows I've drawn in. I've got 1 times 5, so that gives me positive 5, and the root 2 stays as is. And then my last two radicals get multiplied. So I've got a positive 1 times a negative 1, so that gives me a negative 1. And I've got root 2 times root 3, which gives me root 6. Now, when I look at what terms I have, I'm checking to see if I have any like radicals. And I notice that I have a number, a root 3, a root 2, and a root 6. There are no like radicals. Now, in the order that you write your radicals is not really that important. Some people like to write it in ascending order, but I'm just going to tidy it up right here. Sometimes you won't see the negative 1 written in front, so I'm just going to call that square root 6. These are all unlike radicals, so I'm just going to make a little note that we're going to stop here because we can't actually add any of these radicals together.